Have you ever taken a moment to think about how to evolve into the finest version of yourself within your relationships? It's a contemplation that many people might engage in, as we all fundamentally yearn for love, respect, and genuine appreciation from those we are connected with. But what actions can we undertake to achieve this? How can we earn authentic admiration, not just for superficial characteristics or accomplishments, but for our true essence at the core? Picture each relationship as an expedition where you explore the depths of your own being. You seek to reveal the hidden gems within your spirit and share them with others. However, to achieve this, you require a guide, a path that leads to comprehension, connection, and ultimately love. Today, I will assist you in recognizing your genuine worth in a relationship, drawing from 9 timeless teachings of Stoic philosophy. So, pay close attention. These are not just superficial bits of wisdom that you typically encounter. Instead, they are about empowering yourself in ways you might not have envisioned. Prepare yourself to uncover the secrets to nurturing a life brimming with love and deep relationships founded on mutual respect and inner strength. Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Recognizing your true value. So how does Stoicism connect to identifying your worth in relationships? The Stoics emphasized concentrating on what we can control. And guess what? Your self-worth is completely within your control. It's not determined by the number of likes on your social media posts or whether someone shows interest in you. It's about how you perceive and value yourself. Visualize this. Think of yourself as a precious gemstone. Not everyone appreciates the significance of a rare jewel, do they? Some may walk right by without recognizing its importance, but that doesn't reduce the jewel's worth. It still remains valuable, uncommon, and unparalleled. That's you. Your worth doesn't lessen just because someone fails to notice it. Let's face it. We've all encountered rejection and felt unworthy, especially in a world where everyone seems to be flourishing. However, here's the truth from a Stoic viewpoint. Your worth is not contingent on the approval of others. It's tied to your behavior, your values, and your actions. Are you kind? Are you honest? Are you living in accordance with your principles? That's where your true value lies. The Stoics emphasize the importance of self-reflection. Take a moment to reflect on your qualities, not just the obvious traits, but also the deeper dimensions. What distinguishes you uniquely? Are you compassionate, determined, a dependable friend? These attributes represent the essence of your value. Here's the crucial point. When you genuinely recognize and value these traits, it transforms the way you interact in relationships. You won't tolerate disrespect, not out of arrogance, but because you regard yourself with respect. Consider a straightforward Stoic practice. When you feel overlooked, instead of succumbing to self-doubt, contemplate what virtues and values you contribute. Remind yourself of those. It's not about boasting. It's about quietly acknowledging your inherent worth, independent of outside approval. As Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic leader, once said, "You have control over your thoughts, not external circumstances." Grasp this concept, and you will discover inner strength. Thus, in your relationships, it's about finding empowerment in your own value and self-worth, regardless of whether others acknowledge it. Remember, recognizing your worth is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing journey, a practice that changes and develops over time. It's about rising each day and recognizing that you have worth, not due to the opinions of others, but because of the unique traits that define you. The second lesson is to present yourself with honor. Now, before you envision a Stoic as a serious, unsmiling character from ancient history, let me clarify. Stoicism isn't about stifling your feelings or being apathetic. It's about discerning what is worthy of your effort and what is not. And the truth is, how you present yourself is indeed worthy of your effort. So let's discuss what it means to present yourself with honor in your relationships. Have you ever realized that we sometimes go to great extremes to win someone's approval, ultimately losing touch with our true selves. We modify our appearance and speech in hopes of receiving validation. However, the crucial point is this, and this is where our calm and wise perspective shines through. Your self-esteem isn't connected to your fashion choices or the trendy places you visit. It's about how you carry yourself, the actions you take, and the choices you make. Picture yourself in a classroom, watching two students present. One student is showy, using elaborate language and gestures to captivate the audience, while the other student is composed and speaks with confidence without any pretentiousness. Which student do you believe leaves a memorable impression? It's often the one who is sincere and at ease with themselves, isn't it? This underscores the significance of presenting oneself with grace. The Stoics, renowned for their teachings on self-discipline and goodness, highlighted the importance of living sincerely and valuing oneself. How does this relate to modern dating? It's quite simple. Be true to yourself. If you love immersing yourself in literature, embrace that quality. If you have a deep enthusiasm for a particular interest, don't hesitate to express it. The goal isn't to act like someone you're not. It's about being comfortable and confident in your identity, recognizing that you hold value just as you are. Moreover, it's crucial to treat yourself with dignity. The manner in which you regard yourself sets the standard for how others will perceive you. If you're constantly being hard on yourself, you're essentially conveying that it's acceptable for others to do the same. However, when you honor yourself and recognize the importance of your time, energy, and emotions, you send a powerful message. I am worthy of respect, and I expect to be treated in that manner. Consider the words of Epictetus, a notable Stoic philosopher. It's not the events that unfold in your life, but your reaction to them that truly counts. In relationships, it goes beyond just your looks or your words. It's about how you respond and carry yourself during different circumstances. Do you react with despair or with grace? Are you compromising your values to fit in, or do you remain genuine to yourself, even if it means being solitary? This doesn't demand perfection. We all have our imperfections and awkward moments. What truly matters is how you navigate through those situations. Do you crumble under stress, or do you maintain your strength, learn from the experience, and move forward? Let's take a moment to contemplate. How can we start to demonstrate greater dignity towards ourselves? This could mean establishing firm boundaries or declining opportunities that don't align with our core values. It could also entail showing ourselves greater kindness and respect. When you regard yourself as deserving of respect, others will start to recognize it as well. Number 3, the significance of nonverbal communication. I realize this might seem a bit outdated or formal initially, but I ask you to consider my perspective. It's not about being unapproachable. It's about valuing yourself and acknowledging your worth. So, what insights can Stoicism offer on this? Stoicism teaches us self-control and resilience, but not in a dull or oppressive manner. It encourages us to comprehend what is truly important and to guard it jealously. In a culture where instant gratification and endless scrolling are the norms, adopting Stoicism feels rejuvenating. Let's reflect on this. In our relationships or during the process of getting to know someone, there's often pressure to reveal everything: our time, our physical space, our most profound emotions. However, Stoics would advocate for taking a moment to pause. Why is that? Because when something is perpetually accessible, it diminishes in value. It's simply human nature. If you're always present for someone's needs, constantly agreeing to everything, where does the thrill, the intrigue, and the anticipation go? Now let's explore how to establish boundaries with elegance, the Stoic way. To begin with, it reflects in your appearance. Looking stylish yet modest is not merely about aesthetics. It conveys a deeper message. It conveys a message of self-respect. You're not hiding your true self, but you aren't disclosing every detail right away either. It's about achieving balance, indicating that there's much more to me than meets the eye. Another important element is how you manage your time and attention. In today's increasingly connected environment, being selective about who gets your time is a significant decision. It's not about playing mind games. It's about asserting that my time is valuable and I choose to allocate it wisely. When you're with someone, be completely present and engaged. However, when you're not, it's perfectly fine to be unavailable, focusing your energy on your own life, passions, and personal growth. Stoicism also highlights the importance of emotional control. It doesn't promote being emotionless or detached. Rather, it advocates for a well-balanced viewpoint. This entails not allowing trivial matters to upset you greatly. It's about maintaining your inner peace and serenity. You don't disperse your emotional energy to everyone freely. It's something that should be deserved, much like how you carefully distribute your time and focus. I'm not suggesting that you should turn into an unfeeling or aloof figure like a Stoic statue. We are all human. Establishing authentic connections is crucial for a gratifying life. Nonetheless, there's something unique about progressing at a measured pace, about nurturing bonds that aren't merely focused on instant satisfaction. It involves building relationships that possess substance and longevity, transcending quick solutions and immediate access. It's crucial to understand that establishing boundaries isn't about manipulating or controlling situations. Rather, it's about honoring yourself and remaining faithful to your values. It's about showing not only through words but also through your actions that you appreciate yourself and merit respect. So, let's embrace a more careful, composed, and stoic attitude toward relationships. It's about finding a harmony between being open and exercising judgment, between expressing and holding back a little. And trust me, this greatly impacts how others perceive and interact with you. Here's to prioritizing our self-worth and incorporating a touch of stoicism into modern dating. Number 4, be prepared to walk away. In Stoic philosophy, there's a significant concept of letting go. Not in an indifferent or cold way, but in recognizing what is within our control and what lies beyond it. Deciding to either remain in or leave a situation that doesn't support our well-being is one of the most empowering choices we can make. This is especially important in the context of relationships. Many of us have faced this scenario, haven't we? Finding ourselves in a situation where we recognize we deserve more, but still opting to stay. It might be due to the fear of being alone, the anxiety of change, or simply clinging to the hope that things will get better. However, this is where Stoicism comes into play. True strength lies in acknowledging our ability to remain in or exit situations that conflict with our values, allowing us to choose a different route. This doesn't mean that one should walk away at the first sign of difficulty. Relationships demand dedication, empathy, and time. Nonetheless, it's vital to deeply comprehend your self-worth and values so that when something sharply contradicts them, you're ready to let go. It's about possessing that internal strength, that stoic bravery to declare, "I value myself too much to accept less than I deserve." Let's explore this concept further. Being ready to depart from a situation is fundamentally about honoring oneself. It signifies adhering to your convictions and recognizing your self-worth. It doesn't always need to be a grand theatrical departure. Occasionally, it's a subtle decision, a calm acknowledgement that this situation isn't suitable for you. Of course, it can feel daunting. I relate to that emotion. The unknown ahead can be frightening. However, consider our Stoic friends. They taught us the value of confronting difficulties with courage and embracing the unpredictability of life. It's about realizing that sometimes. The most courageous decision is to release what no longer resonates with your journey. This viewpoint can change everything. When you find yourself in a relationship and acknowledge that you are there due to shared values, rather than fear of separation, it alters everything. It changes the entire dynamic. You're not remaining out of need or anxiety. You're choosing to stay because it reflects your true intentions. And here's the crucial insight. When you courageously distance yourself from what no longer serves you, you open up room for what does. It's akin to clearing out the old to make way for the new. It's about trusting that there are greater opportunities ahead and allowing yourself the chance to find them. Let's not forget that being willing to move forward isn't synonymous with being indifferent or unfeeling. It's about respecting and prioritizing our well-being enough to express, "I'm worthy of better." When faced with difficulties, it's about embracing Stoicism and realizing that our worth is independent of other people and things. Number 5. Silently establishing limits. Actions are more important than words in Stoicism. Instead than merely expressing opinions, the Stoics promoted action, which is especially pertinent when talking about relationship boundaries. Speaking about your boundaries is one thing, but demonstrating them with your behavior has a much greater impact. Think about this. Declaring that I will not tolerate maltreatment is simple, but when you experience such behavior, that's the true test. Will you compromise or will you maintain your boundaries? True strength is found there, not with words. You pause for a moment, taking a deep breath to steady yourself. The situation is difficult, emotions are swirling, but you remind yourself of the Stoics' wisdom. Instead of reacting impulsively, you choose your response with intention. Someone crosses a boundary. Perhaps they speak over you or dismiss your feelings. Rather than just telling them it's unacceptable, you demonstrate it. You stop engaging, withdraw your attention, or calmly walk away. Your actions make it clear. This behavior won't be tolerated. Now picture a moment where honesty is central to who you are. Faced with a choice to sugarcoat the truth or be direct, you hold firm. You speak plainly, not to hurt, but to uphold your values. Your consistency in action, not just words, defines your principles. When someone lies to you, your response in that moment reflects how firmly you uphold your boundaries. Whether you choose to address the issue calmly or take a step back, your reaction shows your dedication to your values. It's not about creating conflict, but about maintaining self-respect by responding in a way that aligns with your principles. Handling the situation this way can have a meaningful impact on your relationships. When people notice that you have firm boundaries and stand by them, they better understand what you will and won't tolerate. It's about fostering self-respect and remaining dedicated to it. Let's explore this essential idea in a straightforward way. It's not just the big events that matter, but also the small, everyday interactions. How do you respond when plans suddenly change? Or when someone fails to appreciate you enough? Do you ignore it? Or do you calmly communicate through your words and actions that such treatment is unacceptable? This is where Stoic mindfulness becomes essential. It involves being present in the moment and consciously choosing how you react. Are your responses aligned with your personal boundaries? Are you staying true to yourself? Paying attention to small moments is crucial because that's often where your limits are genuinely challenged. As we go about our daily lives and interact with others, we should strive to express our boundaries with a touch of Stoicism. This doesn't mean being rigid or inflexible, but rather relying on an inner sense of direction that guides our actions and responses. When you embrace this mindset, people take notice. They start to see you as someone who not only sets boundaries, but also respects and enforces them. Number 6. Actions speak louder than words. As we've been exploring, Stoicism emphasizes practical wisdom, evaluating people based on their actions rather than just their words. In today's world, many make promises but fail to follow through, particularly in relationships. Stoic philosophy encourages us to look beyond charming words and focus on consistent actions instead. Stoics emphasize the importance of actions because they reveal the truth. Think about it. Anyone can speak eloquently, make promises, or paint a picture of a perfect future. But are they actually following through? Do their actions align with their words? That's where the real proof lies. Let's be honest, we've all encountered this before. We meet someone who says all the right things, but do they truly back it up? We become captivated, but over time their actions fail to align with their words. They say they'll call, but never do, make plans only to cancel at the last moment, yet we continue to cling to their promises. This is when our inner Stoic mindset must take control. Stoicism teaches us not to be misled by words or consumed by emotions. It encourages us to think logically and perceive reality as it is. When a person's actions don't align with their words, it's a red flag. It's as if the universe is signaling you to pay attention because something is off. Adopting this perspective changes how you navigate relationships. Rather than being carried away by charming words and promises, you start observing the little things. How do they act when faced with challenges? Do they follow through on their commitments? Are they genuinely there for you, not just in what they say, but in what they do? But through meaningful actions. Here's the interesting part. When you prioritize people's actions over their words, you establish a standard. You're sending a clear message. I'm not just hearing what you say, I'm observing what you do. This approach leaves a strong impression. It makes people understand that words alone won't earn them a place in your life. They must demonstrate sincerity and trustworthiness. However, remember, this isn't about negativity or distrust. It's about wisdom and protecting your emotions with a touch of Stoic perspective. It's about staying grounded rather than being swept away by emotions. So let's stay mindful and focus on actions rather than just words. Let's embrace love with a rational, observant, and thoughtful approach because in the end, actions speak louder than words. Number 7 emphasizes the importance of developing healthy skepticism. Stoicism is deeply connected to reality, as it teaches us to see things as they truly are, rather than as we wish them to be. This mindset is especially valuable in love and relationships. We've all been there, hearing the perfect words and wanting to believe them, even when red flags are present. We often choose to ignore certain things, but adopting a Stoic mindset can be helpful in such situations. A healthy level of skepticism is like having a superpower. It doesn't mean being negative or distrustful. Rather, it's about maintaining a realistic perspective and not accepting things at face value. It requires keen observation, thoughtful questioning, and a measured approach before making. Without thoughtful reflection, you might rush into things. Picture this. You meet someone new, and they seem amazing. They say all the right things, even discussing a future together. But it's only been a short while. A skeptical, Stoic approach would encourage you to slow down, pay attention to whether their actions match their words, and see how things unfold. It serves as a gentle reminder to stay grounded, encouraging you to stay balanced and aware in romance rather than getting carried away. This cautious approach isn't about interrogating the other person or questioning their every action. Instead, it's about being intentional, paying attention not just to their words, but also to their behavior. It means taking the time to genuinely understand them and ensuring they are consistent and sincere. The Stoics stress the importance of logic and reason rather than being solely driven by emotions. This mindset is especially valuable in relationships. When emotions take control, we might miss critical details. However, by balancing our feelings with logical thinking and a touch of skepticism, we gain a clearer perspective. Another key point is protecting your heart. Maintaining some level of skepticism helps with that. You're taking your time to ensure clarity before making a decision. Instead of projecting your own desires onto someone, you're allowing yourself to truly understand them. It's important to maintain a sense of thoughtful skepticism, being smart, observant, and not letting emotions cloud your judgment. This is about safeguarding your emotional well-being, not about closing yourself off. It's about embracing new opportunities with thoughtful deliberation and wisdom. Number 8. Declining with confidence. Stoicism emphasizes staying true to your values and having the courage to uphold them. This is particularly important in relationships, where saying no means recognizing your principles and firmly maintaining your standards, even if it leads to some discomfort. Picture yourself in a relationship where your partner suggests something that doesn't sit right with you. Maybe things are moving too fast, or they're asking you to compromise your values. The easiest option might be to just agree, but this is where a Stoic mindset becomes essential. Standing your ground and saying no is about respecting yourself, your principles, and your boundaries. Let's be honest, it's not always easy. Especially when you care about someone, that nagging voice in your mind keeps asking, what if saying no drives them away? But here's the truth. We need to find our courage. Stoicism isn't just about handling external challenges, it's also about confronting our inner battles. Saying no is an act of self-respect, a way of showing that you value yourself and refuse to settle for anything less than you deserve. Of course, there's a risk involved. You might lose them. But here's what truly matters. If standing by your values causes someone to leave, then maybe they weren't the right fit for you to begin with. This mindset can significantly shift the balance in a relationship. When people see that you have the confidence to say no, when you stand firm in your values instead of trying to please others, their perception of you shifts. It shows that you respect yourself and recognize your own worth, something that is highly attractive. From a Stoic viewpoint, saying no isn't just about setting boundaries with others. It's also about being honest with yourself. It's about understanding your true desires and needs in a relationship and staying committed to them. It means not letting the fear of loneliness drive you into choices that don't align with your authentic self. Take a moment to reflect on this. Remember, saying no isn't just okay. It's necessary. It's about remaining true to yourself and living with integrity, as the Stoics taught. It's about fostering relationships built on mutual respect and genuine connection, rather than fear or submission. Lesson 9. Never chase, always appreciate. This aligns with everything we've discussed, especially from a Stoic perspective. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. This concept carries a powerful message when it comes to relationships. It highlights the importance of recognizing that chasing after someone who is pulling away isn't just futile, it also undermines our self-worth. Picture this scenario. You're in a relationship, and everything appears to be going well. Suddenly, the other person starts to drift away. It's natural to feel the urge to chase after them, an instinct many of us have experienced. Chasing after them in an attempt to close the gap is natural, but Stoicism offers a different perspective. The Stoics would question why you're pursuing something beyond your control. The real issue lies in your sense of self-worth, dignity, and inner peace. Running after someone who is pulling away is like trying to hold water in your hands, futile and ultimately draining. The Stoic perspective urges you to remain grounded in your self-worth. If someone chooses to leave, allow them to go. This isn't about being indifferent or unemotional, but about recognizing that you cannot dictate others' feelings or actions. However, you have complete control over your own response. Admittedly, this is not easy. Holding back the urge to pursue someone requires significant inner strength. It means trusting that if a person truly values you, they will make it clear. It's about not allowing someone else's actions to dictate your self-worth. Instead, it's a declaration that you deserve respect. And if one person fails to see it, someone else will. Adopting this mindset changes everything, shifting the power back into your hands. You are no longer affected by someone else's unpredictable behavior. You have control over your emotions and actions, which is both empowering and liberating. The best part? When you stop seeking validation from others and focus on your own growth and well-being, amazing things happen. You naturally attract people who appreciate your strength, confidence, and self-worth. That's a powerful mindset, one rooted in self-worth and emotional independence. When we cultivate a strong sense of self, we naturally attract the right people without needing to chase or prove our value. A Stoic approach to relationships helps us remain centered, understanding that while we can't control others' actions, we can control our reactions. How do you personally practice this mindset in your daily life? As we wrap up our conversation today, I want you to remember something crucial. In the grand tapestry of life, your self-worth is the shining thread that holds everything together. Like the Stoics taught, you have the power to choose how you respond to life's events. Always remember that your honor and self-esteem are in your hands. Embrace your inner strength. Let your choices, boundaries, and actions showcase the incredible person you are. And if you ever question yourself, remember this moment and the wisdom we've shared. Life isn't just about getting through challenges. It's a chance to grow, gaining strength and wisdom each day. If you found our conversation valuable, why not dive deeper? Check out our playlist on the screen. It's filled with even more insights, stories, and advice to help you approach life with wisdom and confidence. So go ahead, click on it, and let's continue this journey together. I appreciate you being part of this conversation. Remember, you're never alone in this. We're all learning and growing step by step, day by day. Until next time, take care. Remain wise and keep embracing your inner stoicism.